Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hogwarts Legacy here on the Game Professor channel. I'm your host, the Game Professor, and... pardon me. Today, I know I said last time that I would start us off in the Room of Requirement to finish up Foal of the Dead, but as we were going to Hogsmeade last time, I did notice that we have another Summoner's Court, and I don't want to let Summoner's Court get thrown by the wayside, so we are going to do that quickly. We are back with Grace Pinch Smedley of the Bath Pinch Smedleys, if you remember.
Hello, Grace. What are you doing here?
Nice to see you. Thank you again for your help at the lake. I've become quite good at Summoner's Court, and I'm waiting for my next opponent. I suppose that's you.
I suppose so.
Shall we begin?
All right, Grace, let's do it.
I'm game.
Well, let's see what you're made of.
There we go.
Accio.
All right. And she doesn't quite get it. So...
You didn't see that.
But Grace, I did, you see. I did see it quite easily. I'm gonna go for this guy.
Accio.
Oh, I also missed it. Dang it.
Accio.
But she actually might knock me up. Alright. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to go for 100 again. Beautiful.
What a remarkable shot!
Just what I wanted. She will probably end up in the 50 at that. Nice. I'm still ahead. So let's see if I can go for the 100.
Accio.
Impressive.
Booyah!
Well, it appears I've been bested.
You know it, Grace. You and your Bath Pinch Smedleys.
Well done! Diving, Summoner's Court. Seems there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, good game.
You played a good game, though, Grace.
I did play rather well, didn't I? Only one student has ever beaten me. She's very good. But if you play the way you did against me, you might stand a chance.
Just had that moment of realizing my rings are still in my pocket. I don't want to have a Gollum moment of what have I got in my pocket. I guess that's technically a Bilbo moment. Oopsie. But let's see here. So secret rooms. Off we go. Back to the Room of Requirement. And we can first get this identified. Another dark flat cap. Okay. Nothing super exciting there. Let me chat with Deke, though.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
And there's our answer. We have another vivarium up here. Swamp. Much better location than the beach I currently have them on.
Never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
Indeed, indeed. All right. So, first things first, I'm going to get both the hippogriffs and the thestrals out of the beach, because that is not a very good spot for either of those sets of creatures, in my opinion. So, I think, going to put... I'm going to move all these guys.
I'm not going to hurt you.
The inventory. I think... What is going to make the most sense out here? Honestly, I kind of feel like the birds. I like having birds out here. Ultimately, we're also going to have a graphorn out here. But I think at least I'm going to add the floopers out here. You know what? Maybe the deer calls as well. Because I know that I want to have the Neasels in the other vivarium. I think we'll start with this. I do want to do some care. So that we can get items from all of our creatures. And I will point out, there is something interesting about the way Professor Howin was talking about the beasts that I'm sure for some people feels a little bit akin to how a poacher might be thinking about beasts. And that is her focus on the practical use of what you can get from the beasts. And it's interesting to think about, because obviously if you have any experience of fantastic beasts and where to find them, or and obviously Newt comes, this is 1889, so Newt would have been going to Hogwarts in the next 20 to 30 years. So that's a massive change in time, generally speaking, within the real world. The difference of how things are thought of in the Victorian period versus outside of the Victorian period, pretty significant. So that is something to really think about for all of these elements with these various creatures. So definitely interesting, in my opinion. Yeah, but the big difference that you can tell between Professor Howin versus how a poacher might be thinking about these the creatures and how you might be approaching. Come on, there we go. Let me take care of Sepulcria. Oh my god, I didn't feed Highwing. What? I totally thought I fed Highwing. And I need to get our male purple toad as well. Let me collect from Highwing. Oh my god, Caligo. Stop it. Did I get our male Thestral at all? I did not. Let me take care of our purple toad there as well. But you can tell that Professor Howin is thinking about things in a more sustainable manner. Like, yes, she talks about how we can gain useful materials from beasts, but she is still thinking about it in a somewhat sustainable manner. She's not thinking of, oh yes, we must gain all that we can from these creatures and take to the point of excess. That's not how she's approaching it in the slightest. Let me first add our Neasels and our other Puffskeins. Oh wait, that's right. I have another male Puffskein. I like the slightly more brown Puffskein, so we're gonna keep him.
I mean you no harm.
But we will get our Neasels, our male Jabernol, and that's right, we have another male Mooncalf. And I did actually see where I made my mistake in thinking that I had a female Mooncalf. I don't know if I ever actually acknowledged that directly. Oh, no, Neasel! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Oh, I'm sorry! Oh, I'm sorry, Neasel. There we go. Jeez, that was a fail on my part. But yeah, you can... I'm speaking very poorly right now, I apologize. But you can really tell that Professor Howin is thinking about beasts in a sustainable manner, and how, yes, they are useful and can be commodified in some manner, but it is about thinking of them as something that we can work with and live with in a broader sense in order to... Come on. There we go. Did I collect? Yes, I did. Rather than the poachers who are just thinking, this is good for a quick buck, and it doesn't matter if we do harm to the creature at the same time. It's just for the quick buck, and that's all that matters. So, I apologize that I didn't acknowledge Professor Howin's words in the last episode directly after she expressed them, but that is my thought process in regard to them at the very least. I think that she does mean well. She is just somebody from over 100 years ago, so there's naturally going to be some difference in how she views things compared to us. But let me see here. Okay, that's good to know that I can ultimately put a level 3 trait in there. I don't think I have anything for that I'm treating as a curse at this point, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I can put a level 3 in this one, so I haven't gotten any level 3 traits yet, but I will. I think I'm gonna put Defendo on for this guy. I like that. Just gonna focus on traits for now. These are all fairly good. I'm gonna go... I think I'm gonna go with more laceration as well on this guy. But I think also, let's see if I can do some upgrades here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have plenty of Jobberknoll feathers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Graphorn Horn and Phoenix Feather. Those are going to be the difficult ones. We don't get a Graphorn until well down the line, so this does feel like a decent hat that I'm probably going to be able to keep for a while. The fact that I have Ancient Magic Focus, I may actually... I thought I... Let me check my Ancient Magic. I was certain that I had an Ancient Magic one that was good to go, that maybe I hadn't picked up yet. No! How do I get it? Now I don't remember. Oh, that's right, I have to upgrade my gear. Well, let's just keep upgrading my gear then, so that I can work on getting more of those. Because I do actually have a pretty decent number of things so far in terms of what I can do. Alright, so I need more Niffler fur for that. Okay. There we go. There we go. So I'm not going to be able to do full upgrades on everything at this point, but it's okay. We're doing okay. Okay. There we go. Clearly, I just need more Nifflers. But, okay, now I can actually go and start putting breeding pens in, though. Lest I forget, because I do still need to breed our lovely Thestrals. Before I forget about it, though, I am actually going to snag that while I'm thinking about it, so I can see... Okay, so I need 5 more upgrades before I get Ancient Magic level 2. And then this one will be Ancient Magic level 3. So I do absolutely want to make sure that I do that, because that is a big deal. Alright, so... building pieces, beast items. We do need a breeding pen. I will eventually, I will get the beast feeder eventually. And here, I'm going to do a couple of, Really? Come on. Really? There we go. Toad. How dare you, Toad? Oh my goodness. Toad, you make things so difficult. Oh my god, the toads are such problems right now. I cannot with these toads. Okay, I'm just gonna conjure it. We can have... I wish the pens were smaller. That's my biggest thing with the breeding pens. I really wish they were smaller. Let's do that. I think I'll do 2 here, because ultimately I do want to be able to breed just about everything. But we will start with... No. We will start with our Thestrals. So we are going to have Sepulcria breeding, and then I'm also going to breed our Hippogriffs. So we'll see Miss Highwing in there as well. So then, and ultimately, just to give you an idea of what all I'm going to put in here, I will put I'll put unicorns in here as well. I love unicorns in here. It's the closest to being like the forest, which is why I like having the unicorns in here as well. It feels like a fitting choice for the last creature to put in the swamp area, because there's not strictly a forbidden forest vivarium. Get all of these beautiful doodads. And man, I'm not purposefully turning this episode into a doing stuff in the vivariums episode, so I hope that this isn't too boring for everybody. One of these days I do need to do a bit more proper planning and caring for the appearance of my room of requirement, but it's not even so much the lack of justification for it within the game itself, but I just... Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, this feels like... Okay, there we go. That's how I get up here. That's how I do it. Alright. Get some more lacewing flies. This feels like another spot there would be something. Okay, nothing up here specifically, but certainly over here. Oh! Alright, how am I supposed to climb up there then? Come on, game, give me a way. Give me a route. Hum. That felt like the only logical way to climb up there was to jump. Because this feels like the only real way to climb. Unless maybe I have to sprint. There we go. Alright. Victory. Alright. But obviously there are all sorts of items that I'm getting for decorating in the vivariums, decorating within the room of requirement in general, and yeah, I just, in any of my playthroughs, I've never really done much with it. But I think we have to wait for there to actually be babies before we can interact with Deke again. So let's take a look at what we have to finish off the episode. I think, honestly, let's go down to talk with Sebastian at this point. What's this? What else did I do? Oh! Breed 10 unique beasts. Okay, nice. Good to know. we are on our way. Well, actually, hold on. Let's chat with Deke first. No. Okay. So that's what I do actually have to have babies before talking to Deke again. But talking with Sebastian at this point should just kind of be one of those check-in quests more than anything. It's not going to directly progress anything, if I remember correctly. Because I believe he has to learn something about a catacomb outside of Feldcroft before anything really progresses there. I think that is an indication that Professor Roden is there and talkable for us. But I won't do that yet. I do need to go through and actually talk to all of the professors. But I want to do that more systematically. I always forget what level. Well, there goes Johnny Cleaver again, or Eddie Cleaver. Poor Eddie. As always, poor Eddie. Well, down we go. Oh. Can we still talk to... Huh. Well, I might just have to go around and talk to all the professors. I thought we had talked to Professor Hackett already. But maybe there are multiple discussions to be had that I was unaware of. All right, Sebastian. What do you have to say?
You'll never
What have you
believe what I've
discovered?
learned.
All right, Sebastian.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I mean, I didn't use Crucio, and considering the fact that we literally would have died if we didn't, I will admit that we did what we had to do in that instance. Very specifically in that instance, and frankly, if we had not gone down that path at all, we wouldn't have needed to use it. So, I regret the situation not using Crucio in that instance. I know that's a little convoluted, especially considering the fact that I have stated directly that my characters will never use the unforgivable curses, but this is a very unique circumstance for this character in particular.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I think we should tell Ominous, because this involves him and his history, effectively.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl.
Ugh.
And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, We were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Oof. Oh, Sebastian.
I am not letting this go.
I get that, Ominous. I fully get that.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
This is a very weird stretch, I think, that Ominous is making. And you'll see why in just a second.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
I absolutely think that the spellbook is concerning. The dark magic element of this, it's like, I understand, I ostensibly understand Sebastian's perspective that the dark arts should not be feared, they should be understood. I don't think that means what he thinks it means, though. And I think that he does inherently forget the fact that Slytherin was a pure blood fanatic. And there is that element of that there's that negative twist, there's that evil twist to everything that Slytherin approaches. And essentially what Sebastian is viewing it as is magic, is knowledge is power. That is what his perspective is, which there are good ways to take that stance. He is beginning his way down a very dark path, though. And this spell book is not a good element, in my opinion.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
I will do my best, Ominous. I really will. And hopefully we'll get a bit more with Natty soon as well, because like I've said before... Oh, hi Sebastian. That is weird that they still have him right there. No matter what. But I really do feel that Sebastian and Natty are two sides of the same coin. In a lot of ways. So that is definitely an analysis episode that you can anticipate, is me looking directly at Sebastian versus Natty. But
What have you done? Yes, I said forever, but this wasn't what I meant at all. Well, are you happy now?
Please wait.
What? Okay. Well, I guess he, erred a little bit in his interpretation of things. I am going to quickly check if I am able to get into the staff room yet, though. It is a level 2 lock. Excellent. So, this is how we'll finish off the episode. There we go. Quick little finish there. So, oh, got a demi-guise. Let's get you.
Revelio.
Should be a couple of things here. Attention! I have been advised that various members of staff would like to organize a social gathering. I have no objection to this and shall leave it to those so inclined to fraternize, ensuring that such activities fall outside of school hours, of course, and that nothing so jovial as to disrupt my concentration should occur. Likely, I shall be too busy on the date, but will review the invitation when received. I recognize that my absence will mar the engagement. Also, 1/2 of an hour should be sufficient, and please be mindful that any sort of musical presence would be strictly prohibited. Phineas Nigelis Black, Headmaster. P.S. No confectionery shall be served lest they attract a stray rat or weasel. Also, please try to limit the number involved in this frivolity to 4. Oh, Professor Black. You are a thing, to say the least. I dare say this is the Boggart cabinet. There, the Boggart closet. This old cupboard is said to have once contained a powerful Boggart that 5 professors working together could barely repel as it shifted among werewolf, tornado, a plate of haggis, a Hungarian horntail, and someone's mother-in-law. Oh, good lord, that is a mix of
Rebellion.
things. Wow, that is something. Alright. Dark Arts Cloak. Huh, okay.
Thought you'd want to know.
Oh, thank you. I don't actually know what you said at all. But let me see here. I want to do just a little bit more searching for something quickly. Well, wait. Here's someone I can talk to. Nellie Ogspire, what do you have to say, Nellie?
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow some. If you open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Here I was hoping that she'd have something else to say and not just remind about the Daedalian keys,
Rebellion.
but there is something nearby. Why do... Is that... Am I just hearing that?
Nice to see you, my young friend.
No. Well, I'm not gonna fret too much about finding that at the moment. Oh, there's clearly a chest below us. Somewhere. Let me see. I do know this episode is going a little long, and it's not been the most engaging episode overall. Ooh.
Aloha
We have a lock here, though. So color me curious. There we are. Hi.
Revelio.
Well. Huh. Good number of things here. Oh. Oh. Huh. I don't think I've ever actually seen the Grey Lady in this game until then. Interesting. I don't know why she'd be crying, but okay. But this Sphinx statue, the Sphinx, a beast with a human head on a lion's body, has been used by witches and wizards for centuries to guard valuables and secret hideaways due to its intelligence and affinity for puzzles and riddles. Always good. Let's get you. Oh, we have another challenge area here. Good to know. Oh, let me switch back to you. So we can get another page. And then we have this guy. We are almost done with the challenge for the Hogwarts pages, which is excellent. There are an additional, I think, 50 or 100 pages beyond what the challenge has you do, but alright. Unidentified face item, always good. I'm curious about this, though. I apologize for the nose sounds. I've taken my Zyrtec today. And as far as I can tell, my allergies aren't actually that bad right now, but for some reason...
Revelio.
There's definitely a fair bit of sniffing that I'm doing. Navigator's Scarf. Professor Binns, I must say I was baffled by your recent observation that students, in your opinion, seem to be rather lethargic. I can confidently say that I have not seen evidence of such lethargy in my own class. I even took it upon myself to speak with some students in hopes of getting to the bottom of this anomaly. Upon this, I soon learned that you have been lecturing them on the little-known facts of historical conflicts. Perhaps you might think of moving more swiftly through the finer details. One of them was almost in tears describing a test question pertaining to Grimbald Weft and the number of buttons found on a wizard's garment in the rebellion of 1752. Apparently one additional button above the norm had been affixed. It's entirely up to you, but students likely struggle to appreciate such nuances. Only my opinion, of course, and I do hope you don't mind my mentioning. Sincerely, Abraham Ronan. Always good. I do greatly appreciate Professor Ronan, but I don't think I had ever actually come into Professor Binns' office. So I am highly intrigued. I feel like we have another page here or something. Oh!
Revelio.
Well, I wasn't expecting to end up in Professor Binns' classroom. There's obviously a page here, though. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hello. History of Magic Windows. This set of stained glass windows features Merlin, the 4 Hogwarts founders, and various other witches and wizards of the ages. So we have Merlin. That WC 1289, and then here are the Hogwarts founders. That is a beautiful piece of stained glass. I love stained glass. Okay, cool. Alright, though, I think that is a good spot for us to end the episode. This one definitely went a bit long, so thank you for bearing with me as I did a lot of stuff in the vivariums this time. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you always know when I have new videos coming out, and follow the links in the description to the Facebook page and Discord server so you can join the conversation. But until next time, everybody, this is your Game Professor, signing off. I will see you then.